think I have a spider bite on my knees. Itchy. Hey guys, it's Amelia. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my 11 and 12 week pregnancy update. So I finally told all of our friends and family, social media, pretty much everybody knows. So now I get to finally do these videos regularly and then post them regularly. All these videos will start being current and they will no longer be like from before. So also along with my 11 and 12 week update, I'm going to be showing you a little thing that I got in the mail. I ordered this back in December and it was a Kickstarter project. So if you've ever done Kickstarter, you know that it takes a while for the company or the business to produce the product and then get it shipped out to you. So I ordered, it's in the box right now. I'll take it out of the box, but it's the Itsy Ritsy Erin Williams diaper bag. And I am super excited to finally get it. I was being a little impatient, but it's fine because I don't have a baby yet, so it's not like I needed it or anything. So I will be showing you a little bit of that. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So I'll start with week 11. So first, I just wanted to say that I did tell my work at exactly 11 weeks. So a week ago, yesterday is when I told my main boss, is what I call her. And also the fiscal supervisor slash office manager was in her office at the time, so I figured I might as well tell both of them at the same time. So I did tell them at 11 weeks, and they pretty much knew. They had suspected because, well, I'll tell you the reason in a second. But they're excited for me, and that's always great. I wanted to make sure that my work knew before I posted it on social media because I feel like it's kind of a respectful thing to do. I mean, I work with these guys for 40 hours a week, and so I just feel like they should have known before social media should have known. So I told them, and then I told my other colleagues, I think like the next week. I think it was like 2 days ago when I actually told them, or 2 or 3 days ago. And they all knew as well, and so it's pretty much no surprise. The reason why everybody knew was because it's not like I had morning sickness or anything, but I have a really small frame, and so when I got any type of bloat, they were starting to sort of recognize that I may be pregnant. And I think I mentioned this in one of my previous videos. One of my colleagues actually approached me and asked if I was pregnant. She straight up was like, "Are you pregnant?" And at the time, I wasn't ready to tell anybody yet, so I unfortunately had to lie to her face, and I told her that I wasn't pregnant. So when I told her and my other colleague that I was pregnant, I totally apologized, and I said I felt so bad because it just like wasn't my intention to lie to them or anything. But they understood, you know, it's kind of a private matter, I guess. But it was nice that they understood. I just had to stop my recording and restart it again because the tripod, my cat decided to move the tripod and the camera got all messed up. So anyway, what I was going to say is when I finally told everyone on social media, one of my other colleagues came into my office the next day, which was actually today. And he goes, "Congratulations on the worst kept secret." And I was like, I know, like that, it's really hard to keep a secret like that. Like I said, when you're already showing, and even if it's just bloat, you can already tell, and it's just crazy. So at week 11, I still felt like I wasn't having very specific cravings and no real food aversions. I don't know if I mentioned this yet. I'm just gonna tell this story, and if I already told it in another video, then I'll just cut it out of this video. But my husband and I went out to lunch a couple weeks ago, and I had gotten a salad. And the salad was a normal salad, and it had tomatoes, cucumbers, you know, just normal. And when I was finished, I pushed my plate away, and my husband goes, "Oh, I'm surprised you didn't eat the tomatoes." And I'm like, "Oh, they just weren't really good today, you know, like, I don't know, I just wasn't really feeling them." And then I was like, oh my God, what if that's a food aversion? And then I started crying. In the middle of lunch, I started crying. I was like, oh my God, if this is a food aversion, that would totally ruin, it wouldn't ruin my life, but you understand, because I love tomatoes, I really do. Luckily, I don't think it's a food aversion because I actually just had a salad today that had tomatoes on it and I was totally fine. So I think maybe I just wasn't feeling them that, like, at that second or something, I don't know. So with that being said, I know it seems like I've been eating a lot of salads lately, but that is definitely not the case. I am not really eating that great. I can definitely change up my diet a little bit, add in some more fruits and vegetables. I don't think I get my daily amount whatsoever, and being pregnant, I know it's really important to eat healthy because your baby needs all those nutrients. What I've been eating is a mixture of things. Today I had a salad and curly fries. So salad is good, curly fries maybe not so much. I probably could have had a better choice, a better option or something for that, but I don't know. Somebody had said curly fries earlier in the day, and I was like, oh, curly fries sound really good, so I got curly fries. But like I said, I need to start incorporating more fruits and vegetables, more grains, stuff like that. My husband and I, we were doing a really good job with cooking dinner at home, and then we kind of like fell off of that, and we've been going out again, and that's just a really bad habit to be in. So I really want to start cooking at home again because it's much healthier for us. And what we were doing was cooking dinners, eating the dinners, and then having the leftovers for the next day at lunch. So that was sort of stopping us from going out and eating during lunchtime while we're working. So that was really helpful. I was thinking of starting like keto, not for myself, but for my husband. Just because I've heard good things about it. I know that it helps with weight loss, and can be healthier for you. I mean, it's low carb, low sugar, or it's like really low carb, no sugar, or something like that. I can't exactly remember, but I wasn't gonna go on the keto diet myself because I read that it can be okay during pregnancy, but doctors recommend that you start the diet like well before you get pregnant, just so that your body is acclimated to it. So I probably won't do keto myself, but of course, low sugars, low carbs, you know, might be okay. But I think it's the high fat content thing that maybe I should stay away from, but I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. I mean, if you have a different opinion, that's totally fine. I'm not saying that you need to do what I'm saying, but it's just kind of what I've been thinking that I'm going to do. Also, I know that drinking water is extremely important during pregnancy. Drinking water is important anyway, but it's especially important now because I think you need like the fluids for the amniotic sac or something like that. I could be totally wrong and getting my facts wrong, but I think any liquid is fine, but water is like the most important. So I've been trying to drink a lot more water. This Yeti cup I think is a 32 ounce cup, and I try and drink about 2 of those a day. So about 64 ounces, give or take. I know I could be drinking more, but I think for me, I wasn't always drinking a ton of water, so the amount that I am drinking now is definitely a step up than what I used to be drinking. So switching gears, I am starting to read a pregnancy book. Well, it's more of like a pregnancy and then early childhood development type book, but it's called Guide to a Healthy Pregnancy, and it's by Mayo Clinic. And it's from doctors who are parents too, and I read reviews on this book on Amazon, and it was highly rated, so I figured I'd get it. Everybody, of course, says read what to expect when you're expecting, or what to expect, or something like that, but I read that the book is like highly outdated, and they've come out with like so many versions, and it's I don't know, not the best book on the market anymore, apparently. So this book has month-to-month chapters. So it's got month 1, month 2, all the way up until month 10, which is 37 to 40 weeks. It goes through labor and childbirth, cesarean birth, which is C-section, your newborn, taking baby home, issues for mom, a whole bunch of stuff. different testings and pain relief during childbirth. So I've read all the way up until what month I'm in, and then I'm trying to read like the all the other stuff that comes after that. I don't really want to read too far ahead, like into the months, but I definitely want to get into like complications of pregnancy and childbirth. That would be helpful, and then important decisions during pregnancy. I think it would be good to read. I'll read stuff about the baby, like when the baby is finally here. I'll read that as it gets closer because I feel like it'll stick in my memory a lot easier if I read it when it gets closer to happening. I know that I need to remain active during pregnancy. I will admit that I was not the most active before pregnancy, but I really want to start getting into it now because I am going to gain weight, and once I have the baby, it'll be easier to sort of shed that weight if I stay fit throughout the pregnancy. So my doctor said since I wasn't really active before, that walking is going to be just fine. So my husband and I hopefully are going to be doing that every night as it starts cooling off around here because it gets a little hot. So around 8 p.m. is probably the best time to start walking, or of course early in the morning before work is good too. So as I said earlier, I do have a lot of bloat. Well, what I think is bloat, I mean, I guess it could be baby, but I think that it's bloat, and all of my work pants don't fit me anymore. I can zipper them a little bit, but as far as buckling like the little clasp, that doesn't work. I probably could if I really sucked it in, but then it would be extremely uncomfortable and probably a little painful as well. So what I got to sort of help for that, or help with that, is this belly band right here. So essentially what it does is the elastic part, this part right here, you can see it's kind of grippy. So what that does is you put that on like where your pants are. So the grippy part will hold your pants up while you're working. So it's just an inexpensive alternative, and it really helps me a lot. So it comes actually in different colors. The black one I just got because they have a lot of black clothes, a lot of black pants and black and white shirts, and it's mostly like the only color that I wear. So it went well with my wardrobe. I got this one in, let's see, this is a size small medium, and I actually got it from Target. I think it was around $25, I want to say, and it's definitely a good buy. I totally recommend it. I wear it every time I have to wear work clothes, and it hasn't worn out yet, which is good. Like the grippy part hasn't worn out yet, and I think that it's just very helpful. And when I wear regular pants like jeans, anything that has just a regular button, what I do is I grab a I don't have any near me, but I grab like an elastic band and I put it through, I think I mentioned this before, but I put it through the little button hole, and then I just sort of bring it around and hook it onto the actual button itself. So that leaves room for the belly. You don't have to button your pants all the way if they don't fit. And so it basically is just helping me save money so that I don't have to buy maternity clothes right away, because unfortunately I am getting a lot bigger and a lot sooner, I think, than some people start showing. But that's what I've been using, and it's been working out really well for me. Okay, so that was week 11. I know that was quite a bit of information. I mean, I feel like I probably lumped in a little bit of week 12 in there as well, but we'll go into week 12 now. So I started getting the dizziness when you stand. I know that can be kind of common during pregnancy. So anytime I stand up from sitting, lying down, any position that's not standing, I get, you know, real fuzzy in the head, and sometimes it starts like everything turns black. You know how that is if you get up real quick. So I get that nearly every time I stand, and it's very frustrating. It doesn't matter how much water I drink, it just happens, and I know that that's a common symptom during pregnancy. I also have been getting a little bit of headaches, not very many. I actually had a lot more headaches before I was pregnant, which is weird. But yeah, I have a little bit of like tension headaches back here, and that's the headache that I would get before I was pregnant too. So they're starting to come back now. One of the grosser sides to pregnancy is I'm starting to get diarrhea. A while ago, maybe like 2 years ago, my doctor said that I had IBS, and that was likely due to stress because it was around when I was getting married, and it was around when I started work, my job for the first time. So I think it was really like stress-induced IBS, but now it's pregnancy, because that is another common symptom, is diarrhea. And so I know they have articles on how to sort of combat diarrhea during pregnancy, and I'll totally have to read those because it's starting to come like full circle. It doesn't matter what I eat, what I drink, it just happens, and it seems like it's been happening a lot in the mornings. Like I'll wake up at the same time every morning, it seems like, with the same feeling, the same crampy feeling, and I'm like, oh God, I gotta go to the bathroom. So I guess it's kind of good in a sense because it gets me out of bed right away and I'm not being lazy in the morning. But it, you know, it's never any fun. Nobody likes having diarrhea. So probably through like week 10, I had really sore boobs. That was just part of the early pregnancy symptoms, and they have actually since subsided. The sore boobs have. Not completely, but I can go like this and they don't hurt too bad. I can also lay on my stomach if I want to and they won't hurt. I can move around while I'm sleeping and they won't hurt. That was a big issue when I would like flip over on another side and you know, they would sort of flop over. It was not very comfortable. I could feel it every time I moved and it would wake me up nearly every time. So I'm super glad that it has since gotten less painful, and that's good. So we did finally take our social media picture for the announcement yesterday, and we posted it on the same day. So the announcement was just yesterday, and we're really excited. I will actually show you guys the picture. I'll put it right here for you. So this is the picture that we took. I actually got the letterboard from Amazon, I think. It was only like $14 or something super cheap like that. Comes with a bunch of letters that you can just easily stick on the letterboard. And then we just went and got balloons from, I think it was CVS. Yeah, CVS. And we actually tried to take the picture, I think a few days ago, but we didn't have time and the lighting was sort of going away, and the next day the balloons unfortunately deflated. So I was like, well, I guess we gotta go get some more balloons and try and retake this picture. So we finally did it. We posted the picture at exactly 12 weeks. So I'm super excited. I mean, I couldn't wait to tell people. I mean, I really wanted to tell people at 10 weeks, but I don't know. It just seemed like it was too early, and I'm glad that we waited just because I wanted to have that 12-week doctor's appointment with my OB, so I finally saw him. Oh yeah, so I'll go over my 12-week appointment. So I finally saw the OB. It wasn't just one of the nurses, and they did a little bit of an exam on me, and then he showed us the baby on his little handheld, what do you call that? Ultrasound, and it was moving, and we saw the heartbeat, and everything looked good. He said everything looked healthy, so that's great. That's really what I wanted to get to until like before I told people on social media. So super excited about that. I do have my testing ultrasound and another exam or something like that on June 1st, and they actually told me that they may be able to see the gender or the sex of the baby on June 1st, which would be like 13 weeks and 6 days or something like that. So seems super early, but I'm super excited. I really hope they can see something on that one. I just can't wait. I'm so excited. Like I said before, I still think that it's a boy. I haven't had any morning sickness, although, I mean, these are just wives' tales, right? But although my skin is breaking out like crazy, and I heard that little girls can make your skin just break out. I mean, I'm breaking out on my arms, on my chest, on my face. I don't know if you probably can see a little bit of it. And it's just, oh my gosh, it's so frustrating. So I'm reading all these old wives' tales, right? But you really just never know until you see it on an ultrasound or get a blood test done or something. So we're looking forward to that. And then we are probably going to have not necessarily a gender reveal party specifically, but the town that I live in, the high school does a fireworks show on July 3rd, the day before the 4th of July. So we're thinking of having everyone over on that day to watch the fireworks, and then we also might do like a joint gender reveal party at that same time. So we'll have food and, you know, just a good time with family and close friends. And so I think that's when we're gonna do the gender reveal. So my husband and I will actually find out because we wanna know. And then we won't tell everybody, or we won't tell anybody actually. Nobody's gonna know except for us, but we're not gonna tell anybody until the gender reveal party. That's just for specific reasons. It's just because that's kind of what we wanna do. So I can't wait for that. That's gonna be super fun. So the pregnancy apps that I am currently using are the Bump app, and also I like using Ovia Pregnancy. So on the Bump app for 12 weeks, it says that the baby is the size of a plum, which is kind of big. That seems really big, doesn't it? The size of a plum, So it says, my baby at 12 weeks, most of baby's critical systems are fully formed. Baby's about to enter the growth and maturation stage, in which organs and tissues will grow and develop rapidly. Baby's now developing reflexes. If you poke his or her body, you'll likely see movement. Baby's opening and closing fingers and curling toes too. Baby's brain is developing fast. The average fetus at 12 weeks is about 2.1 inches long and 0.49 ounces. Now that baby's got pretty much all his or her parts, baby's main job is to keep on growing. So I already told you a little bit about the exam that I have coming up on June 1st, and then my next OB appointment will be 4 weeks from now. So they'll start doing OB appointments every 4 weeks for a little while, and then as you get closer, it'll be every 2 weeks, and then when you get even closer, it'll be every 1 week. So, so far at 12 weeks, I feel not pregnant. Sometimes I kind of wish that I could feel a little bit more pregnant, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm not like trying to say that I'm unlucky or anything. I totally feel lucky that I haven't experienced the worst of it, the worst part of it. But anyway, so that is my 11 and 12 week update, and I will show you a bump shot at the end. Okay, so my bump shot, before I close out this little video, this is the bump from the side, from the front, and the other side. So, like I said, I feel like it's totally bloat, but since the baby is the size of a plum, it could totally be baby. I'm not sucking it in, I'm not trying to push it out or anything. This is just how it looks on a regular basis now.